Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis, and I'm not a professional, I am a beginner. So, today I'm going to be drawing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my intro shorter. I'm not going to say, and no, I'm not a professional. I should just say, I'm a beginner. Yeah, good job, guys. We did it. Alright, I'm going to be drawing Mr. One. Now, Mr. One, it's funny, like the more you watch a show, like the more you realize how things are folding out. And then for instance, I think around this time we would have noticed, no, I think before that, we would have noticed that Zoro and Luffy were the two top dogs of the crew. We knew this, but it was a guaranteed thing the moment that they end up going to a new location and they end up fighting the two strongest guys. So that was like sealing the deal for us. Like if we didn't know before, if like we weren't paying enough attention to those details, then they basically kept letting us know that by continuously having Zoro and Luffy fighting the two strongest guys. So I think I want to say this is officially like this would be the moment that people would actually realize that that is what's happening, right? Because in hindsight, number one, this guy is the second strongest, right? Like Crocodile's the first strongest, and then this guy. We're not counting Robin because Robin doesn't even technically count as an enemy because she doesn't want to really fight somebody. And I think in a fight, her versus Luffy, okay, her versus Luffy, Luffy wins it. And the reason why I say that is because, one, the only thing that can hurt him is a knife, right? Even though it doesn't seem like that because Vivi was able to slap him in the face this episode and then continuously punch him in the face and he had a bloody nose. How? I don't know. Like, it makes no sense to me. Luffy is rubber. The inconsistencies within like the first like however long Oda had the inconsistencies going, so far they go up to this episode. I'm sorry if you can hear that music in the background. It's actually, I don't know why it's so loud. It wasn't that loud a second ago. But so like for instance about the Logia, Fire Fist Ace and Smoker, how Luffy was able to fly into both of them and knock both of them through a couple of buildings makes no sense. And then this episode, Luffy is rubber. Luffy is rubber, so it should not hurt him. Even later in the series, somebody hits him and people around him, like when Garp comes in and hits Luffy in the head, and they say, Luffy's made out of rubber. How did that hurt him? And then when he was fighting the Snake Sisters, they hit him, and he was like, "Am I not made out of rubber anymore?" And then he pulled on his thing because he's rubber. He shouldn't feel pain. Like realistically, if you punch him in the face as hard as you can, if you're not using hockey, it won't hurt him. That's the equivalent of a bullet. Unless your punch is stronger than a bullet with hockey on it, you're not hurting Luffy. That shouldn't happen. So when Oda has somebody hit Luffy like Vivi and then he gets a bloody nose out of nowhere, like what does that say for his character? Does that mean Vivi is the is the pirate? Like is she, can she have the potential to be the king of the pirates out here? Like is she that strong in these streets of Los Santos? I don't think so. So no, you should not make any of her hits hurt Luffy. Like realistically, like let's just call a spade a spade. Like it shouldn't hurt. even that's why Robin shouldn't have a chance of beating Luffy in a fight, because what she does is she do like uh I don't know what she says. She says like Quente Fur or something. She'll say something like that. I'll know what she says when she says it, but she says a bunch of different things, and then clutch, and then like pop somebody's bone or something like that. And I'm pretty sure if she does the same thing to Luffy, his neck literally will just bend backwards, or if she tries to break his arm will just bend backwards. So she can't like break his body. And the only way she can hurt him is if like she just grabs a dagger from behind him somewhere and then moves her hands and tries to stab him. But I don't think he'd fall for that. Like, I don't think knowing that you have the ability to put hands behind him, I don't think that he'll fall for a knife. So he would definitely win that fight. Because also, her hands, all the hands that appear, they can all feel pain. So if he was to just grab her hand and then like bite it, she'd feel that. So this guy is the second strongest. So him and then Smoker. But when we first watched this, what we thought that the only reason why Zoro was fighting this guy is because Zoro wanted to be able to cut the material that this guy is made out of, right? That's what people's first assumptions were. But then, like, the more you watch, you realize that it's a whole power scaling thing, in which case the top two will fight the top two, and then so on and so forth, whatever the motion is after that. So that's how we can tell how strong the Straw Hat crew is, especially when they get to fighting CP9. When they fight CP9, they literally state, like, all the CP9 members hit one of the members that can gauge people's power level, and it shows us all what their power levels are. So if we go based on what that meter was, Luffy ended up fighting two CP9 guys, the strongest one and the weakest one, because of the fact that there were too many CP9 guys but not enough Straw Hat guys. I think we were missing one member. So if we had Robin, she probably could have fought one of them, but we didn't. So we were down one. So Luffy needed to take out two. So it made sense that he took out the strongest one and the weakest one. But they literally showed us where the Straw Hats were in comparison to each other in that arc. Like, if you go back and watch that arc, or if you go to that arc and watch it, all you got to do is look at the meter and see where each CP9 member ranks on that meter, and then go and look at which one of those members ended up fighting a Straw Hat member. So we saw that Lucci fought Luffy, and then Zoro fought the giraffe guy, and then Sanji fought the wolf guy. Those were the top three in that order. Like, they literally, that was their power level. And then so on and so forth. So if you want to find out how strong the guys are, find out who they fought in that arc. And you will find out how strong each individual character is in comparison to where they are currently. Well, not currently, but in that arc, that's what their power levels were. That's where, that's where their power resides. But later, is probably the order probably changes up. But in that arc, you can tell who's who. And I'm pretty sure it goes all the way back to now. So we know who's who from here on until that point, in which case the 2-year time skip happens shortly after that, or however long after that. But that's my rant. So let's get into this. I don't think that this one should take that long, considering it's pretty simplistic if you look at it in the way that I can see it. I'm not saying I've got a genius eye or anything. I'm just saying that it should be simple to see what lines will do what, or what rounded lines make what happen. So let's get into this.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable and so tell me, is this what you made me? Never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable and so tell me, is this what you made me?
Okay, I finished with Mr. One. Is the thing okay. The thing is the thing that I found a problem with me is one, every time I draw something simple, for some reason the faults to it becomes so apparent. And I don't know why I said for some reason, because I know what the reason is. The reason is because something is so simple, it's easier to see the faults. The reason is the question. So if you don't remember me asking the question, I'm pretty sure I said, I don't know why when I draw something simple, things don't look, up to par, right? So the reason is in the question. Basically, because everything is so simple, you're able to determine what is wrong and it doesn't look like the original, right? But if I was to draw something more complex, even if I do make a mistake in there, the general consistency of it is it's better, right? Well, it looks relatively better than something that would be simple. So this is simple, for instance, right? Drew all of this. I could mess up the chin line and you'd be able to see that immediately, right? But yesterday I drew this, right? Everything, I could have messed up anything on here, right? Unless it was like a big mistake, you wouldn't be able to tell what I messed up, right? But yesterday, the jawline for mine was more square than it is on here. So it actually appeared to be more square, but everything else looks like it was fine. So any mistake that you would make off of something big, if it's a small mistake, it is literally almost, I want to say 70% going to go unnoticed. Versus if you were to draw something easy and make a mistake. So drawing this and I made a mistake, fairly easy to tell, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. So I maybe need to stop drawing simple things, but who's to know? Go figure. Who cares? As long as I'm drawing, drawing daily. What can you say you've done, right? Have you ever stuck to something so long? And the thing is, there's a lot of artists out there. There's a lot of artists that draw daily. A lot of them. They're on a higher level than me. But the thing is, if you start when you're a novice, drawing every day constantly, your level becomes so apparent to you. It becomes so apparent where you started and where you are going. It becomes so much clearer to you. You have so much more clarity when you draw every single day. It's just if you start drawing an arm, if you draw an arm, just like if you were to train in something, if you trained in one arm and you drew that for a couple of months straight, eventually you will get to a point where arms are nothing to you, right? So in the regards of this, if you draw enough things, I don't want to say enough things because I don't draw enough things. I don't draw that many different things. But if you draw and you draw every day, things of the same sort. So I always draw people's faces and stuff like that. Eventually I'm going to get so used to, I'm going to get so good at drawing the upper half of people that it would be nothing to me. But I still need to practice more. I need to actually practice more than I draw on camera. I need to do more outside of just drawing on camera. I still haven't decided when I'm going to do that. It's just my mind, the way my day works is I draw when I get up. I watch a video, I draw what I see from that video, and then I proceed to just I do the video. Maybe that takes like an hour, 30 minutes. Like I render it and everything, and the rendering process goes, and however long that takes, I end up, watching YouTube and stuff like that. Like my mind, I don't know, how to explain it. It's just that it feels like it's relaxation. Like that would be the time that I'm relaxing. Because the thing is, if I want to, when I make the video, when I make these videos, I have something in the background. A lot of times, if I have something easy to draw, I can have a video, like an actual video playing in the background. My TV is like right there, and it's like literally like right in front of me. Like I can reach over and touch it. And it's one of those things. If I'm drawing something easy, I will tend to put a video up and occasionally look up and glance at it, but I'm essentially just listening to the majority of it, because what happens then is I find that if I have a video playing, my time gets cut. Not in the matter of the art is faster, but the art is slower. So I'm spending more time on the actual piece. So if this was easy, let's say this takes 30 minutes to draw, right? If I watch something in the background, it might bring that up to like 35 maybe, So it's like, I think that the more time I can spend on something, like, because I like my perspective is being drawn in two different directions. I have to focus on this, and then I have to try and like manage what I want to focus in when I want to focus, right? So when I'm drawing, I try and use a bunch of focus on the picture, but also enough focus to where I can see what the video is about. And it makes something easy a little bit harder, right? But if I'm drawing something harder, then I'll tend to just listen to music and then just drift on by. But if I want to draw off camera, the thing that I would plan to do off camera, I'm not just going to draw like something, because I'm not going to watch an anime episode off camera and then draw it off camera. Defeats the purpose, because my YouTube channel is I react to an anime episode and then draw something from that episode. So that's the YouTube thing. But if I want to draw off camera, my thing is, what I want to draw off camera, I want to actually practice in certain things off camera, right? I want to actually, like, an anatomy class, like there's an anatomy class on Udemy that I bought a while ago, and I've only done like, I want to say like 5 episodes out of it, or 5 things out of it, and there's like 70 something on there, right? If I took the time and did those like every day with this, I think I would advance so far, like so fast and so far beyond what I can do now. But the thing is, when I'm doing those, I physically have to watch the video. I have to watch that video. I can't listen to music, so I have to watch the video and then proceed to do whatever it is in that video that he's doing, because he says to copy everything that he draws, draw it, right? The thing is, that seems more of like a study thing. And I never liked school, right? I actually, the amount of homework that I did, I would say I only did 10% of homework I ever had when I was in school. And that, I'm not even joking, not lying. It's either 10 or 5% of all homework. Of all homework. Like all the school that I've done, all of it, that's how much homework I would say I've actually completed by myself, right? Like, I can be in a situation where somebody forces me to do homework when I get home, but I'm talking about, like, if I was given an assignment to do at home, I never did it. Like, ever. I'm not proud of that, but so when it comes to drawing off camera, if it feels like if it feels like I'm put in a study situation, then I don't want to do it. That's just how I am. Like, that is my mentality. I wish I can have a class, a art class somewhere around here, and I would go to, because I have no problem with actually learning like face to face. Depends on what the subject is. Like, I was really good in math for the longest time in school until high school, where my math teacher actually didn't like me. She hated me. But that's neither here nor there. But the majority of my classes, if they had to do with reading, because I wasn't the best at reading, I didn't stand for them, didn't care for them. But if it's something that I actually enjoy and I had the opportunity to be in a classroom about it, I would actually take the opportunity and learn everything that there is about it. So I wish there was a class around here and I didn't have to do everything at home. But it is what it is, like, eventually I'll get to the mentality where I'll pick up those Udemy courses at a certain time after I draw the first video, and then I'll end up drawing the second video, and I've done like 3 different things in that one day, and I'll proceed on with the art. But if you like what you're seeing, if you like my journey, then let me know what you would want me to do. Like, would you want me to draw off camera? Because I think that even you telling me that I should draw off camera would give me the motivation to do it. Just like I don't have to draw on YouTube, right? I'm only doing it because it feels like I'm given an obligation to draw every day, right? It's like, I have to get this video out. I have to get this video out, and it's not like a pressure thing. It's I want to get this video out for others to see, hopefully, or to document that me actually drawing. And I actually enjoy doing that. So I think if I was to get told that this should happen, then I would be inclined to do it. But that's it for this video. That's it for me rambling. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I can do in the comment section to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.